Hi guys, RSG here from Pure 9, and in today's episode I am not going to be reviewing a piece of tech or a earphone or anything. I'm going to talk about something that has been a part of, I think, all our lives at some point of time, and it still is by a miracle that it is. Yes, it is a piece of gadget, but it's not just any gadget. It is the Nokia 3310, and just this phone, the name of it brings back so many memories, I'm sure, for all of you who've used this phone, who've had this phone in your family. And I think it's nearing 2 decades that this phone has been there. And I luckily found the Nokia 3310 in my house, which my mother had bought, I think, in the year 2000. And I was back in school, I was in junior school, and it was just, for that time, it was an amazing piece of gadget. I mean, sending SMSs, playing games in that really tiny screen. And it also goes to show how simple and how simply we were satisfied back in the day, and how complex and how deliberately we are so bogged down with so much more of technology, which we could do without, which we have done without. But right now, it's just become a part of us, so we feel really empty without it. So when I heard that Nokia was actually bringing back and was planning to relaunch the 3310, I mean, immediately I just had flashbacks of the first time my mom actually got this phone, and she brought it home, and it was a huge thing back in the day. And it could do the most basic things. Why you get a phone? You could make a call from anywhere, and you could send SMSs. And yes, back in the day, we used to send SMSs, not WhatsApp or Messenger or anything. We used to SMS. And I still remember back in college, this was back in 2008 or 9, we would still get those recharges done for our phone and get like unlimited SMSs. And I still have records on my phone of having a phone for around 3 years, and I've sent more than 80,000 SMSs. So that's how we used to communicate back in the day. And yes, we also had keypads back then. Wow, so much memory. So without further ado, I am going to bring in the Nokia 3310, and we are going to have a look at it together. For all of you who haven't ever seen the phone, who've been born later than 2005, I guess, when they actually stopped manufacturing the phones, before which they sold around 125 to 126 million units worldwide. And that record has gone uncontested, unbroken to this day. And I think that is how exactly it's going to stay, because it is a phenomenal phone. So, and the reason I'm stalling right now is, I know all of you want to see the phone, but it's actually charging. And the phone is literally like a family member. It's like a really old family member who keeps falling asleep. Kind of like, those typical grandpas we see in the movies who fall asleep every now and then. So it's kind of like that. So as I talk about the phone and show it to you, it might just go on and off. So bear with me, but let's just respect this piece of gadget which has been in our lives for so long. So let's take a look at it. So here it is, guys. This is the phone. I'm just going to adjust the lights that a little more light falls on it. There we go. I mean, doesn't this bring back memories? It has to. And the fact that it's still there, I mean, this phone has survived 17 years in the house, and I don't know if you can see, it's actually got a crack right over here. I'm just waiting for it to focus. Yeah, it's got a crack right over here somewhere. Amazing. So I've been charging this throughout the day, but I mean, it's the battery is so weak right now that it doesn't really matter. But it'll probably stay on for 2 minutes or so. But I still want to show you in parts probably what this phone is all about. So yeah, I'm just going to switch it on right now. Let's see if it works. Is it? Did it switch on? There we go. That's the famous Nokia hand right there. Alright, so it's on. Okay. I'm actually using this phone after 17 17 years. Wow. Alright, so can you hear that? Can you hear that sound? Everything about this phone brings back memories. Alright, so I think before the charge runs out, I'll first. I think one of the things that will bring back most memories if I play a tune like the typical ringtones we had. Listen to this. Okay. This brings back memories. So does this. Yeah, it's not Christmas yet. Haven't we all heard that before? Anyway, so you get the idea. And what else do we have here? Okay, can you see this? Do you see this? Come on, focus. Yeah, games. Can you see it? All right. So I'll do a separate video while playing games on this. But there's something really special I'm going to do today, which is I'm going to switch off this phone, and I'm also going to switch off my regular phone, which is the Galaxy S6. Now, we are not even going to compare the specs, there's no need to, but what I will do is I'm going to compare the boot speed and maybe launching some other stuff, but it's mainly the boot speed and the switching on and off of the phone. Alright guys, so I have with me on my right hand the Galaxy S6, which is the phone I use on a daily basis, and on my left I have the king of all phones, the Nokia 3310. Now this was launched in 2015, and the 3310 was launched in 2000. So the Nokia is 17 years old, while this is around 2.5 years old. So right now, without even going into the specs, we will not compare the specs, of course. But what I will do is I'm going to compare the boot test. So we are going to see which phone starts first, boots up first. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's the Nokia logo, Galaxy. Okay, so Nokia has finished booting and Samsung is still... Okay, so there's no point waiting. Nokia clearly has won this. Alright, so now I think we're going to go in and take a closer look at the features which we had 17 years ago with this phone, back during the time when there was no such thing as a smartphone, when there were, well, no camera on most phones, or 90% or 99% of phones. Actually, there was no camera phone out there back at the time. At least I don't remember. This was all we had, and it's got its pros and cons, but all in all, being a set that can be thrown around, that's fallen down the stairs, that's been dropped. You can see there's a crack right here. So it's taken its beating for the last 17 years, and I'm just glad it's still there. So we're just going to go into the menu. The buttons are not really that responsive, but the fact that it works, amazing. So we used to send SMSs back in the day. Good old times, eh? Now chat, I've never used this, but this was like, it was kind of ahead of its time, to say the least, because this used to offer threaded SMS view, like we have now, like one chat after the other, something of that sort. Call register, tones, yep. So let's just go into that. Ringtone. Let's listen. But the coolest thing was that it had this. It has a composer. For a phone that was launched 17 years ago, it's got a composer. Just imagine, you could actually, let's say this, God, tempo, exit, clear screen, okay, so, that's just random stuff I'm doing, but you get the idea. You could actually make these tones and set them as your ringtone. So now I can play them. Yep, enter the next Mozart, of course. You could also set the tempo. Man, I miss these. Seriously. Alright. What do we have? So it had calculator, of course. Reminders. This was one more cool thing. You could actually set reminders. Wasn't that cool? Clock, of course. Profiles. Okay, so I was on Airtel back then. So yeah. Imagine this, guys. If this makes a comeback in 2017, I'm definitely going to get myself one. Because, having a phone like this, the Galaxy S6, I mean, this is a pretty expensive phone. And every time I drop it, or every time, it's raining and I have to, there was a time when even if this was in your pocket, you could actually be in the rain, and even if it got soaked, it worked. I mean, this happened to this phone and it worked. But having a phone, because the Galaxy S6 is not waterproof, so if it's raining and I really want to, have fun in the rain, I'll actually have to run inside to protect my phone. So seriously, these phones rocked. Simple phones. It does your basic and primary stuff. You get a phone to make phone calls and send a text message maybe. That's what it does. The battery lasts long. And I don't know. This brings back so many fond memories, man. Well, when this phone is launched, we are going to get a new set and we're going to talk about that. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is Naraji from PureCast9, and if you've liked this video, if it's brought back fond memories for you, do hit that like button, smash that like button, because I'm really excited when this one comes back, and I'm definitely going to get myself the new 3310. I mean, I just am. So leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't subscribed to PureCast9 already, then please do so, and I'll be presenting more and more. I've got a few more old Nokia sets up my sleeve, and I'm going to show them to you in a couple of weeks' time. So bear with me. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to spend some time with this, play some games on it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.